By the renewing of your mind.
By the renewing of your mind. Because we all live for 10, 20, 30 years in different types of lifestyles. But now, it's time to renew your mind. Why? Because we see the days drawing closer and closer. In fact, that's what we're going to pick up in this lesson. Give it to me on 1 Peter 4 and 7.
1 Peter.
Hold on.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
That's what it's all about. Proving what is that will, the perfect will. Read it again.
Romans 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
So you want to prove what is that good and acceptable will of the Most High. You want to prove it. And the only way is to prove it is to get to the scripture. Check out the scripture. There's no possible way you're going to think what the will of the Most High is. You must get in here and search it out. You can't think the Most High will have me do this. You can't think the Most High want me to do this. You must know. If you don't know, that's not too much of a big deal, because you can always find out. But to act like you know and don't execute it perfectly, that's the problem. So if you don't know, it's not a problem. You can always find out. But to walk around in the earth acting like you do know, and you become a reprobate, do everything against the Spirit, that's a problem. So let's read it.
1 Peter.
Because it's time to get right now. As we see the Most High drawing closer and closer to the earth, it's time to get right now.
1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves.
Praise the Lord.
Charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
Praise the Lord. So it says, but the thing of all things, give me 5 and 8. It says, above all, but the end of all things, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. Watch unto prayer, man. Pay attention to the times and continue praying. Pray without ceasing. The Lord said men ought to pray always. Ought to pray always. You can't live your life. A man that lives his life without prayer is setting himself up for destruction. Because you're going about thinking you're going to establish your own ways, and you're not exercising no faith. You're going to fall into destruction, fall into a ditch. Read that. 1 Peter 5 and 1. The elders which are 1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Right. So you must be sober and be vigilant. You're paying attention. Paying attention to what's going on the earth. How are you going to get out of the way of the fire that's coming down? But you have to be sober. You have to be vigilant. You have to be on point. Just can't walk the earth and think, well, it's another day. I'm going to live my life the way I've been living it. Ain't nothing bad happened to me yet. I've been working, got a good job, my money in the bank. I got a nice house, nice big car. I ain't got no problems. But that's your mistake. Read this. Revelation 3 and 7. That's your mistake. Watch how the Most High spit you out.
Alright. Revelations 3 and 16. Revelations 3 and 17. Because thou sayest, I'm rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing. And knowest not that thou art wretched.
You don't know that you're wretched. You said you're rich. You're increased with all good things. You said you have no need of nothing. But you don't know that you're wretched, man. You're wretched. The Most High ain't looking upon you for good. Read it.
Revelations 3 and 17. Because thou sayest, I'm rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing. Knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable, poor.
You're wretched, you're miserable, and you're poor, man. But yet, you think because you have these worldly things going on, that you're alright. That you're alright. Understand that all these things are going to be burnt up. Fire and brimstone coming. All these things are going to be burnt up. You're not going to find your way out of it. Save unless you exercise yourself in some grace now. Exercise yourself in this period right now to get right. then you can escape it. But if you think you're going to live your life the way you want to live it until the day that the Lord returns, you got a major problem coming. Major frustration. Let's go back.
All right, man. It's all right. All right.
1 Peter 4.
Sidewalk,
1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Right. So he said the end of all things is at hand. Be ye sober. Be vigilant, man. Why? Because the devil's walking about. The devil know he got short time, man. So he's running the earth, trying to gather all the spirits he can gather. Why? Because that's his portion. Go into the earth, gather all the spirits you can gather. But when I come, it's over. Whosoever gather himself to Satan shall catch the fire. Whosoever gather himself to Christ shall see life eternal.
2 Esdras 8:55. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish.
Right, so we're not going to focus on them that's going to perish. We're going to try and admonish those that want to get out of it. Those that know that they're doing bad. Those that know that things ain't going so well for them. Those that don't really understand how to get out of it, we're going to speak to you. Those that may want to hear, we're going to speak to you. Because it's you that we want to raise up, just like we raised up. Come on.
2 Esdras 8:56. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High.
Check that out. When they taken liberty, because everybody running around talking, we have liberty, we can live our life the way we want to live, do what you want to do, can't nobody judge you. True indeed. True indeed. But watch how the Most High deal. Read it.
For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of His law.
They thought scorn of His law. Hold up. They thought scorn of His law, saying the Old Testament is done away with. We don't have to do them things. We can do what we want. They thought scorn of His law. Come on.
And forsook His ways.
They forsook His ways. They went the other way. They went the other way. They cut the Lord off. They said, we don't want to deal with this no more. We don't want to deal with this. We want to do what we want to do. So He said, they despise His law, man. They got a sorrowful end coming. Read it.
Moreover, they have trodden down His righteousness and said in their heart that there is no power.
There ain't no power. I can live my life the way I want to live. Who gonna judge me for my words? Who gonna judge me for my actions? Give me that. Ecclesiastes 5.
Yea, and that knowing they must die.
But they know they're gonna die. Everybody say that life is short. They know they're gonna die, but they think they escape. There's no escape. The Lord gonna raise them right back up. We all know judgment, the great resurrection. Everybody's gonna be raised back up. The judgment. The judgment. So there's no escape. Read it.
2 Esdras 8:59. Whereas the things aforesaid shall receive you,
right?
so thirst and pain are prepared